Today we're going to be going over some exercises that can help improve your ankle mobility and your strength if you are recovering from a fractured tibia or fibula. If you are dealing with a broken ankle or a broken foot, then you could benefit from this video. Before you do any exercise, you want to make sure that you consult with your doctor or physical therapist. You want to make sure that these exercises are okay for you to do. If you broke your ankle, then this is for when you are cleared to exercise by your doctor and you need to have full weight-bearing status. If you don't have full weight-bearing status or you're not cleared to do exercises, then hold off on doing these. These are not intended to be for anyone specifically, but these are examples to show you some different things that you could do with your physical therapist. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna do heel raises in sitting. One of the muscles that gets really weak when you break your ankle is the calf muscle. So we're gonna be sitting here and you're gonna go up onto your toe, just like that. We're gonna pretend like my right leg had the fracture. And so let's say you're gonna be rehabbing your ankle a few months after the fracture. Once you got out of the boot, you're gonna be going up onto your heel. And you wanna put most of your weight through the first and second toe, and you wanna get to the top, squeeze it, the muscle for a few seconds, and then come back down just like that. Go ahead and come up, and then come down. So from the side view, it'll look like this. You're gonna put some pressure here, and then come up like that. Now, the heel raises are different when you do it in standing versus sitting. Obviously, it's harder in standing, but when you do it in sitting, the knee is bent, and then that puts some slack on the calf muscle, which is the bigger one called the gastrocnemius. That one, it puts it at a disadvantage. So this exercise focuses on a muscle called the soleus, and this is more in the lower part of your calf. And it's important to have this calf strength for a whole variety of exercises. So that's one exercise that you can do. You can do 2 or 3 sets of 10. Another thing that might get neglected when you're in a boot and you had an ankle fracture is your big toe might get really stiff. And believe it or not, it's really important to have big toe mobility. So you're gonna go ahead and you can cross your leg here when you're on a nice sturdy chair, maybe not on a ball like I am, and then you're gonna grab the base of your toe, and then with your other hand, you're gonna be at the end of the toe, and then you're gonna be pulling up on it so you get a stretch. The toe is moving into extension. I'm pulling up onto it like this, and that is going to be stretching out this joint called the first metatarsal, phalangeal joint, first MTP joint. So this metatarsal phalangeal joint here, we wanna make sure that we're stretching it out because you need good motion in that toe when you walk. If you don't get good motion in your toe when you're walking and it's really stiff, then often your foot can pronate and that could lead to the formation of a bunion. That's when you start to get that bump and redness and soreness on that joint right there. And then sometimes the big toe will start to cross over and you start to get that kind of formation where then you end up needing to get a potential surgery for this bunion. So this, you can spend about a couple minutes just stretching out that big toe, just bringing it back and forth, and you're not gonna stretch it into pain, but you just wanna start to improve that mobility. The next exercise is gonna focus on ankle mobility. So you're gonna go ahead and get into this half kneel position. I'll bring my pant leg up so you can see. You're gonna start with the foot right underneath the knee, and then you're gonna be leaning forward to stretch out the ankle joint, and then leaning back. Lean forward as far as you can go, lean back. Make sure that you keep the heel in contact with the floor. Bring the knee forward. Every time you go forward, try to go a little bit more. And this is gonna target the ankle joint. The reason why this is so important is because limited dorsiflexion of the ankle, that's the motion going this way. When it's really stiff, then that contributes to a variety of issues. You can have plantar fasciitis, you can get pain in the ankle joint, it can lead to the formation of the bunions. These are some of the conditions that it's associated with. So we wanna make sure that we're restoring good motion, and this becomes even more important when you're doing different activities. For example, when you're going up and down stairs, you need to have quite a bit of motion in your ankle, especially going downstairs. That's maybe one of the reasons why you might find yourself hopping or going down the stairs sideways. It's because you don't have sufficient mobility in the ankle this way. So this is a really great exercise to improve ankle dorsiflexion. The next exercise is gonna be done on our backs. So one of the muscles that gets weak is our hip muscle. And that might be because you were in the boot, you weren't doing as much exercise. So now that you're out of the boot and starting to get stronger, we wanna build up that strength in the glute. And we're pretending that our right leg is the one that's affected. So we're gonna go ahead and bridge up on the right one like this. So whatever one is the broken foot or ankle, you're gonna be putting that one on the ground and then lifting your hips upward. So I'm pushing through my heel. I'm using my glutes and my hip muscles to lift up. And it's a hard exercise when you do it on one leg, and it's a good way to strengthen your hips. And this is an important muscle when you're walking and balancing on one leg. So this is important for going up and down stairs. It's important for squatting, and if you want to go to the gym or if you want to play sports, then this is an important muscle to strengthen. And you're also putting more weight through the foot. So sometimes we use this exercise when somebody's transitioning out of the boot and their doctor has let them put more weight into the ankle. We'll use this as an exercise to get the person used to putting more weight through the foot and through the ankle. So the hip muscle too, it also helps to control what happens in the lower leg. And if you have a nice strong hip, then there's gonna be less movements at your knee and less stress on your ankle. So it's really important to have good glute strength. Now, the next exercise that we're gonna do, I'll be facing you, even though I'm pretending like my right leg was the one affected. For this one, we'll pretend like it's my left leg that's affected. Well, you're gonna be going and raising your leg upward like this, and that's gonna help to strengthen the side of your hip. But sometimes some of these exercises can get boring, and I like to combine a couple at the same time. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be going and you're gonna be bringing the ankle up and out. So this motion, going up and down like that, that's eversion when you bring your foot upward. And you're going against gravity, so you're getting a little bit of resistance. Now when you go inward, that's inversion. So you're working on those two important motions of the ankle, because earlier we did the plantar flexion, we did the heel raises, that was the first one, and then we worked on the ankle mobility, which is the dorsiflexion, and so now we're working on inversion and eversion, and these are the main motions of the ankle. So as you do this, you're gonna simultaneously lift your hip up. So when you lift your hip up, you're gonna bring your ankle up and out. And then as you come down, your ankle's gonna invert. So your ankle everts, you're bringing it out, and then when you come down, you're bringing your ankle in. And as you do this, you're trying to keep this hip back, and then you're lifting it up towards the ceiling, and then you're bringing it down and controlling the movement the whole way. And you will absolutely feel this in a muscle in your hip called the gluteus medius. That's a muscle that abducts your hip like this, and it's also important for balancing on one leg. It's vital for playing sports, and it will generally help you move better and perform your daily activities better. And if you are dealing with pain or chronic pain that's in the ankle, then you want to make sure that you're strengthening your hips and doing as much as you can to alleviate the strain and the stress that is put onto the foot and onto the ankle. Now, these exercises, they're obviously not the only thing that you should be doing. These are good for a beginner workout program for strengthening the ankle and for improving the mobility in your ankle if you're still experiencing some pain and some stiffness and just lack of strength in that ankle, and you want to improve it. Now, if you want more information about ankle injury recovery, then you could head over to Evercore Life. We have a few articles on the foot and ankle that are great for you to read and go through. We also have a Facebook support group that's free to join. There's other people that are dealing with a broken ankle and foot, so you can connect with them and you can learn about what they're doing. And this is a place for you to share information, gather information, and just see what has been helping other people. And in addition to that, I'm gonna be putting together a PDF for you to download. It's gonna include these exercises that we just reviewed. It's gonna put them into a guidebook so that you can reference and you can keep this. You could potentially print it out, keep it handy with you, make sure, and then you can do these exercises at home, and they're gonna include some photos that will be close up so you can see what's going on, and they'll include some instructions so that way you could follow them. And in addition, in this guidebook, which is gonna be free for you to download, I'm gonna put some other instructions in there that are gonna be helpful tips about other important aspects of your foot and ankle health that will be necessary for a successful recovery. So if you are interested in downloading that, then click the link that is gonna be in the description below. Enter your name and email. I'll go ahead and send that over to you. We're working on that right now. And be sure to join our Broken Ankle Facebook support group. I wish you well in your recovery, and I'll see you at the next video.